All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of New House, Same Address. Good morning to all, and good morning to you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Miss Barker? Mr. Barker?
Hello.
Good to see you again. How are you?
Great. Doing great.
Awesome. Icebreaker question. What's the name of the podcast?
New house, same address.
Perfect.
Oh, good.
Great.
Well, you say it wrong so many times, I'm never sure.
That's true. There's some. I think we do have some bloopers of that I went ahead and posted on the of us.
Oh, you
Like,
did?
I'm just glad it's not my job to say it because I would mess it up too. But it's a lot more fun when you mess it up because I can make fun of you.
I don't mind being the target. I have been for most of my life. So I'm an easy target. It is what it is. But today I want to talk about aging gracefully. How to protect yourself when it comes to bathroom remodels or kitchen remodels. But I think it more pertains to bathrooms. So
Yeah.
let's talk about how
Aging gracefully is a beauty term.
this is a beauty term.
Kirst disagrees with the title of the
I do.
podcast.
That's
Just for the
In the
record,
remodeling
but-
industry, it is called aging in place. Aging gracefully has to do with how soon you decide to let your hair go gray. And I'm going to have to make that decision soon. If I keep plugging them, they're going, I'm going to be
it's a perfect
bald.
title because there are ways you can revamp the bathroom itself and make it look beautiful and also keep it safe.
Yeah. Well,
but
I'm in the same boat. I just keep cutting my hair shorter and shorter. That way it looks more blonde than.
It does. Better with age. He gets more handsome every year.
Is that so?
It is.
Okay.
Silver fox.
I just can't. I don't see
I'm
the
really
word
good at making people
graceful.
uncomfortable. And I don't mind. Go ahead.
Gracefully doesn't usually describe a bathroom to me, but I mean, I guess we could talk about the ways if you're gonna fall in your bathroom, you could do it like more gracefully. Catch yourself on a grab bar.
Practice falling so that you can master the art of falling.
No,
gracefully.
like we want to make it where they don't fall. So like
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
what's the point is?
Such a debated.
Yeah.
it's just weird.
We haven't
I just
got
think it's a
into it.
weird
We're still talking about the name.
So many conflicts over simple name.
God bless. Safety for people who
It
are
is very
aging.
important.
Let's just get it out there on the table. People who are aging, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful thing. It's going that way. So we need to make the shower safe. What are we going to do?
Well, I mean, we could say it's not just for aging. Anyone that has mobility issues or
Good point.
Yeah, you should feel safe and comfortable in your own home, and that's what we want to talk about and ways to do that, so that you aren't nervous to go take a shower.
Well, and I think it's important to, I mean, this is something, even when we were in our 30s and remodeling a house, we were thinking about, okay, so if this is a house we want to stay in, I'm not going to put a 2-foot door into the bathroom because that could potentially be a problem later on. I'm going to make sure that the shower doesn't have a huge step to get into it. Those are things because we knew we wanted to stay in our home for a long time. Also too, especially now we're seeing a lot more people, parents coming to stay with people. And so you want to take those things into consideration to make it where various ages would feel comfortable and be safe in your home. So it's not just something you think about, okay, wait a minute now, my knees are starting to hurt. I'm going to start thinking about this. No, it's protecting. If you're going to invest that much in your home, put some forethought into it. Okay, how long am I going to be here? Who's going to be visiting me? What is the potential of possibly needing, some safety features down the road, not just for now.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
point.
and the term universal design is kind of that's where the industry is going, starting from new house plans all the way through remodels. It's thinking through how can we make this space functional for anybody of any mobility, I guess range. Which means wide doorways, one level floor plans. Just keeping that in the forefront of your thought process will allow anyone to stay in their home as long as they need to. And that's kind of the concept behind universal design.
Right. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. I was just thinking of this. Is there a specific licensure that you need to say we are certified in safety features or like the safety design of a shower, you know, like you've seen some that are like, this is specifically designed for those, you know, with it's a tub with a door essentially, right?
Yeah. So to answer the question, the Home Builders Association, National Home Builders Association, does offer a course called Aging in Place. So you can become an Aging in Place certified contractor. That doesn't mean anyone can't install aging in place like a tub with a door on it, a walk-in tub. You don't have to have a certification to install that necessarily. It just shows that if a contractor has that, they've gone through the training, and so now they're thinking through if this is an issue, ways to help you with that.
Right.
But a lot of people, there are lots of things you can do to increase your knowledge on that. You don't have to be certified in order to be able to offer that, or to even, you know, say you do this as a service, because a lot of it just has to do with your measurements, you know, the blocking in a wall to add grab bars and things like that. And then, of course, there are actually, if there are specific concerns and specific needs, then we also, that's an ongoing educational process. That was really fun at the National Home Builder Show earlier this year, going and looking at all the different products they have designed now. Like if you have issues with gripping things, they have shower handles that are like little wheels. And so like it's almost like a steering wheel. You can turn it off and on. It's a lot easier than a knob that you have to twist. You can get a lot more strength.
Oh, I do remember that.
There were some pretty cool things, because the wheel was one I had not actually been able to test before. I'd seen pictures, but they had one you could like turn it, and I was like, oh, how much easier would it be for someone who had grip issues or even arthritis or something like that to be able to turn a wheel versus like a little tiny knob. Like I kind of wanted one. And I just thought it'd be kind of fun.
Well, I remember too, this was at a different place, but they had this like a grab bar that just disappeared into the wall. Like it was almost like a
Tesla
door handle. You just push it and it pops out as you need it, and then just disappears as you don't. So it doesn't impact the design of the shower or wherever it's installed, if that's a big concern for you. But there are a lot of new products out there that are designed for this that are very attractive. It doesn't have to take away from the look of your home to have safety things put in place.
Yeah, it used to be when you would see something that had special accommodations, it looked like a hospital bathroom. Like everything was industrial. I mean, everything looked the same as literally you would see in the hospital. And that's not fun to have in your home.
No.
Like, and it really is kind of discouraging to kind of be like, okay, I'm going to stay in my home, so now I have to look like I'm living in a hospital. Now, like Eric just said, there's so many products they've made that fit the aesthetic for your bathroom as it is now, whether that be in different finishes or different styles, or whether they disappear into the wall, or, you know, you can do all kinds of fun things with it now. So it does not have to look like a hospital, which again increases the desirability of your home if you go to resell it.
Okay, fair enough. So when it comes to the actual products themselves, can we list a couple examples or talk about like which ones that Ozark Home Pros specifically offers, what we do?
Yeah, so the most common I would say is a walk-in shower. And one of the most common complaints we have is the big step either into their existing shower, which
or tub. I mean, like,
tub specifically,
yeah, those are bad.
But a lot of
18.5 inches
of
tall.
tile showers for some reason have a 6 or 8 inch step. You have to step over to get into the shower. So reducing the height of the step is very important. Another option is just have completely no step, just flush with the floor. Those are a more expensive option because typically you have to lower the floor so that it's even with the floor to get into it. But it is an option to consider. Walk-in tubs is not something we really do. It's something we can do, but it's usually cost prohibitive because they're very expensive to put in. And not only that, but most of the walk-in tubs hold 30, 40 gallons of water. So by the time it fills up, because with a walk-in tub, you have to get into the tub, then turn on the water. You can't have it full and then get into it because it has a door on it. All the water would leave if you open the door. But so part of the problem with that is you're sitting in the water while it fills up, and if your water heater can't handle it, then it starts getting cold while you're in it.
And then you have to wait for it to drain to get out.
Then you have you can't just open the door and get out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, even if you wanted to, it would be interesting.
Yeah. So a lot of people are drawn to the idea of it, but once you start thinking through the practicality of it, it's kind of just, let's just do a shower instead. That has a nice seat.
I'm going to say, but it has a nice seat. And seats are not like they used to be. It's not like, going to your grandma's home and then a big plastic, stool in the tub. Now you have, there are teak ones. There are, it depends. There are quite a few different kinds that you can have depending on the product you choose. We have some really pretty options.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So we do corner seats, grab bars. All of our bases are textured.
Yeah, that's important. So
for slip resistant.
Yes, for sure. That's a question we get asked a lot. So with your shower systems, what is the base like? I mean, is it slippery like the walls are? No. They all have a texture because that is important. You don't want to.
And that's not important just for aging. That's important for any age.
Yeah,
I've seen plenty of kids
everybody.
fall around on a shower. So.
Yeah. That, and then just the overall design, like how, if you're going to use a seat, where does the grab bar need to go?
Right.
Like a lot of that is important.
The handle placement, are you going to be able to reach in? How far can you reach in? There's just a lot more to it than just adding the grab bars. So that's where it is helpful to have someone who has experience in there, either the certification or has been through some courses or has done enough educational, I don't know, what do we call it, reading or research?
Yeah.
I mean, because
we call it reading.
We call it reading.
Educational reading.
Where I'm from.
Well, I mean, we're constantly trying to improve what we offer and the level of knowledge we have about certain things. And this is one of the areas that we want to make sure that we're asking the right questions to be able to determine if this is what a client needs or not.
Gotcha.
And just demographically speaking, people are living longer, which, is a good thing.
Amen.
Right?
That's right.
So we have more and more of our population is getting older. And so this is becoming more of a common thing where if you buy a home, you should expect to be able to stay there comfortably as long as you live. And so part of designing your bathroom, your shower is because of that. And it needs to be considered.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you share what's y'all's most recent experience with performing specifically going in and designing around that universal aspect and it being successful and the client being happy? Can you share that experience?
There's a couple that come to mind. One of the most recent. We did have some issues on that job, which we corrected, but we designed a bathroom where it was a roll-in shower. So the floor had to be lowered so that you could just roll a chair all the way into it and turn the chair around, which size is something to be considered as well. The issue was it wasn't sloped properly. So and there was no door, there was no barrier to get keep the water from going out into the bathroom. But we fixed it. We had to take up the tile and redo it, and now it works fine. But that is the most recent project we did, and it was mostly because the homeowner's parents were coming to live with them. And her father is wheelchair bound, and so they needed a way that they could take care of him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want to talk about a couple of from a completely aesthetic viewpoint, someone who's, because that's kind of the purpose, right, is to offer these safety features, but also make them look cool.
Yeah.
So what are a couple different ways do you think that we do that? Is it mostly the way that we offer them in different stains or I guess colors? Or
That has a lot to do with it. Colors and finishes.
Yeah, finishes.
So
That's the word. I was
Not
looking
everything
for.
is, stainless steel and like
Yeah.
hospital beige anymore.
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, if you have like matte black is a popular choice for your bath fixtures, your shower, we can get matte black grab bars. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of seamlessly goes and coordinates with everything. You're not just limited to a stainless steel handle on the side
Right.
of your shower. That I would say is one of the most common ways. And Karis, you mentioned the teak bench. We've got a couple options where the bench can fold up out of the way if you're not using it, or you can fold it down if you need to sit in the shower.
Yeah.
Another design element is with those type of showers, we typically do 2 shower heads. So you have the main shower head that you would typically use every day. But we also have a diverter where it allows you to divert water to another shower head. So a lot of times we'll place that one near the seat or the bench so that you can use it
With a handheld.
Yeah,
Yeah.
handheld while you're
And
seated.
you can get those fixtures in any finish pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and even times we'll put the diverter valve right by the bench. So if you come in, you turn on the main shower head, you decide you want to sit down for a while, you can do that, and then change the water flow to the handheld right beside you. So
Nice.
that's a convenient.
It's a lot more
feature.
convenient for shaving your legs too. I'm just saying.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
For every time you shave your legs.
I would know.
Just saying, it's not just for like aging gracefully, if that's what we're gonna call it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I would think
agree.
aging gracefully would mean just deciding to be more natural, but whatever.
Oh. Okay.
Anyways, no, I think she does make a good point. There are some accessories that just double as, being safe, but also nice.
Yeah.
Like they're useful. Like
Right.
they're actually useful.
More convenient.
More convenient. I think my wife would enjoy a little foot shelf. What do they call them?
Yeah.
Or corner seat.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have one, but
We could probably help you out there.
I've been thinking about it, but that's for a discussion for another time. Specifically with you about a house and moving and I don't
Okay.
know, staying.
Yeah.
We'll see. So, but anyhow, yeah, no, I think they're all. I mean, they're really cool, and like part of our product line, you can get it to match the walls or the base, or you can get it something completely different and kind of customize your own design. So I think that's something good with Ozark Home Pros is that we still have that custom element and being able to design a really really cool bathroom. We just got done with one that I'm thinking of, and it's like gray walls, but then the accents and stuff are like blue.
Uh-huh.
And their corner seat is blue and their niche is blue, but the rest of the walls are gray, and I think it looks sick. I think it looks so cool.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that would be an example of how you can still, if it's up to your style, and they plan on being there forever, right? So that's their forever home. And we were able to help them go in and be like, let's do something that's going to last forever, even when we age, but also something that we both love. And
Yeah.
they picked it out, and they were like, we're going with it. And
Yeah.
it was really cool. So.
Yeah. And I would say not just showers, but the other most common, I think, fixture that comes up is the toilet. So having some people call them comfort height, or some people call it chair height, but having a toilet that's a little taller than your standard toilet is a good addition because it helps,
Yeah. Do they have flushers that are like come up out of the ground in front of you? Because I'm sick of like trying to turn and flush.
Oh, like the actual toilet handle?
Yeah, like on the back.
You mean like one with a tank on the wall and a chain you pull?
I'd rather have that.
That was a pretty good
I think that's
design.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
that-
I mean,
if
too
you're just
bad they
thinking
got rid
about
of it 100 years ago.
I mean, she was thinking about it, trying to get toilet paper if you're aging gracefully, and you're just
That's
on
when
the
you
toilet.
in a bidet.
Yeah, you can. That's fine. It's a
We
good
also
solution.
offer those.
Yeah, it's a good option.
Bidets.
No, they're not bidets. Oh, Lord.
That's what it looks like. That's what this
I know
product
that's what it looks like, but that's not
But
what
like,
you
I'm
call
just
it.
saying, the point is like, when you get older, I just don't think that's just feasible. It just would hurt or not be.
We'll get you a little stand for
As
your toilet
comfortable.
paper in front of you, Justin.
A bidet seat would probably be good for that because a lot of them have the controls right on the side.
It's on the side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an option.
Personal here.
Yeah.
But toilet. I mean, comfort height toilets. That's a
Little
good
potty
point.
talk.
You watch your potty mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Anything else? I mean, we talked about the toilet. What about actually? Let's go over a couple designs for kitchens.
Well, also in your bathroom too, like your vanity, depending on what your needs are, they can be designed where you can go underneath them.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that's helpful. If you know that would be something that you would either need now, obviously we would design to that. But if you're like, this is a possibility down the road that I may need to be able to get underneath the sink a little bit, then you can design a vanity around that. And we can, if we know that on the front end especially, we can make it where it looks really nice. It's a lot harder to retrofit something like that. So I think it's important to think ahead.
Yeah. One more thing, and we can move on to kitchens, but you had mentioned this earlier, having fixtures, like plumbing fixtures with lever handles on them versus knobs where you have to turn. Yeah. Because they're much easier.
Much better, more grip.
Even for kids, whoever's in the house, it's just easier to use. Like your door handles, that motion of twisting your wrist is painful for a lot of people. So having a lever handle is
you also have to consider that dogs and cats can learn how to use those too, though. So
yes, they can open the door if there's a lever handle.
Yeah. So sometimes just makes it easier for everyone in the family.
There you go.
Yeah. One of my dogs knows how to open doors.
That would not work.
Yeah, he opened my front door and just left. So, get him out of here. I said, all right, Sarah, we'll see you later. No.
He was not trapped, huh?
No, he was good story. No, he opens the inside doors differently than he does the exterior. He opens the exterior doors with his paws because it's a lever.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it'll slide open a little bit, and he just nudges his head in, off he goes. But the interior doors, he'll bump with his nose. Because they're sideways levers, so you have to pull them up or push them down. And he just goes and opens the door and walks right in.
Smart.
Yeah, if we don't lock it, he can get in anywhere.
Oh, so that could be uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Kitchens, I think sink, same applies. Like you could design a sink where if you need to access it with a chair, like there's room to go under the sink.
And you can do it for a cooktop as well.
Yep.
But that is where, a lot of times we use the ranges, freestanding ranges, which is the oven and the cooktop all in one. Some people prefer them to be separate. It just kind of depends on personal preference. But if you are looking at aging in place, or aging gracefully, then you would want to consider definitely from that perspective having a cooktop. So I've actually seen where you have the kitchen one height and then they drop down for the cooktop. And so that way it gives you a little bit of knee room. You can actually get up and work on your stove. So you don't lose your ability to cook, because that really can complicate your life if you don't have access to things like that. There's dishwasher drawers, there's refrigerators that can be built in under the cabinets. There's all kinds of things for a kitchen that can make it very accessible.
Appliance lifts.
Like
there's
also
or
regular.
Like for upper cabinets, they make pull down accessories where you can, because with kitchen design, the bottom of your upper cabinets are 54 inches from the floor, which is a good height for most anyone, even if you're in a chair, but you can at least reach the bottom shelf. Yeah. And so if you can pull down the storage that's in the upper cabinet, that lets you access a lot more.
That's super cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things on the market that could help with that.
And we do make sure we stay on top of knowing what those are.
Yes.
With education and, of course, the product, our supply sources, we make sure we look at their new products for those, because they are designed specifically to make life easier for those things.
Absolutely. Well, any key takeaways, any conclusion, wrapping up thoughts, or funny stories, questions? I think we covered it pretty well.
I think so. Yeah, I think
there are some things I enjoy that make. I don't know that I want to call it aging in place quite yet, but I like a mixer lift. That's one of my favorite kitchen accessories, and that would be ideal if you needed to have easier access to a mixer and not be on the counter. It makes it slightly lower. It makes it easy to get to.
You would not believe the amount of times we run into people that are like, I have nowhere to put my mixer.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, I've always been afraid. There's irrational fears you have. I just know I'm going to drop it on my foot and break my foot one day. So having a mixer lift makes me
Eliminates that fear.
It eliminates that fear for me.
Does it attach somewhere where it keeps it stable, or is it just on it and then you lift it up?
It's on a pretty stable base, and then it's on hydraulics, so it's held in place really well. I mean, if it's a heavy mixer, like I have a stand KitchenAid, it doesn't move.
I was just saying you could just find a way to bolt it.
Yeah.
And then it really wouldn't go anywhere.
We have some clips on ours that keep it from moving.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
We did that just because our youngest likes to bake, and so I didn't really trust him to not push
Yeah, because sometimes, I don't know, cookies or whatever don't always turn out that he does. And so when that mixer starts spinning around,
oops, I forgot to put more milk in there. So it's just like this big wad that he gets really off.
So yeah, I didn't want that thing
off.
shaking off and breaking his foot.
Falling
down and breaking his foot.
It is a perfectly valid fear. And those things would break your feet if they fell off.
Oh yeah, they're like 60 pounds, aren't they? 50 pounds.
They're heavy.
They're very
I
heavy.
do know that much.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, Ozark Home Pros, I mean, we got you covered. I think that's something that we handle, and we're proud to do it. So, yep.
Let's have a conversation and make it happen.
Let's have a conversation and make it happen.
Make it happen.
Thanks again for watching New House Same Address. We'll see you in the next one.